A couple more coming out very shortly. Fine judging coach is ready for semi-final number 2. Missing ingredient, the athletes. Time for the second semi-final of the Recurve women's individual competition here in Colombia at stage 3 of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. And it's a very intriguing lineup. Let's go straight down to the range to meet the athletes.
On target number 1, representing Mexico.
En la placa número 1, representando México, Ángela Ruiz.
On target number 2, representing Germany.
En la placa número 2, representando Alemania,
Michelle Kroppen. The line judge for this matchup is
el juez del partido,
Klaus Lugebeck.
Well, we've got Angela Ruiz going on target number 1 for Mexico, ranked 27th after the ranking round, and she's in her first year on the Hyundai Archery World Cup circuit. Went out to her opponent Kroppen in Antalya at the first stage, 7-1 earlier on this season. Kroppen, a Tokyo Olympic team bronze medalist in the Olympic Games. So 18 World Cup stage appearances, taking a silver at the 2018 stage in Salt Lake City. Chance for another one here. At 16 years old, going up against a 27-year-old, and it's Kroppen to get the match underway.
And what a way to do it. She hasn't been on the field yet today, neither has Angela. So both of these archers will have to get settled in as quick as possible at this venue. Being called an 8, but I think the judge might have something to say about that. So interestingly, last match they were mainly shooting on the left. So far the 4 arrows that we've seen are mainly on the right. It might be that they saw the last match, adjusted their sight, and then the circumstances changed. So at least it seems like the circumstances are more difficult than what shows up on screen.
That 10 puts this set out of reach whenever the measure comes up with a 27 for Angela Ruiz. As she goes 2-0 up. And it just seems that this season, certainly in the last 2 events, it really doesn't matter how old you are.
No, it almost seems like the younger archers have less to lose, or they don't have the same idea about the consequences of losing, whereas the more experienced archers almost seem more nervous in some instances. Although looking at Angela now, I don't think she is cool as a cucumber.
No. But it is rather warm out there, 29 degrees Celsius.
27 to 25, so the situation sticks on the board. Oh, you get a sense here of motivation in terms of the crowd in support of Angela Ruiz and Michelle Kroppen.
Bit surprised that one went to the left. And that last arrow by Kroppen kind of opened the door for Angela to clinch the set, and she did, which is, it's not easy to just shoot a 10 whenever you need it in a situation like this.
Yeah, on command. Set number 2, Kroppen trailing, shoots first.
Oh, long hold. Yeah, I was going to say that's probably going to hit high because there was a bit of a push at the end to get it through the clicker.
looks like winning that first set. Let's calm those nerves for Ruiz. Oh, another one called an 8. I thought that was a 7.
Me too. I think that the stadium announcer must be in a terrible vantage point for the...
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Not bad grouping, but suddenly just hitting high, even though the last end she wasn't hitting high at all. A convincing 10 for that third and last arrow of this set by Angela Ruiz.
As me, those last 2 hours in particular, they were very quick shots, got up to draw and then just let it go.
Yeah, I think maybe the wind is making things complicated, but you can make it less complicated by keeping your shots simple and quick. But yeah, it's difficult. I'm not on the line, so it's like I don't have a feel for what the wind actually is for them. But getting a bit of encouragement there from Mark Dellenbach, from actually a French coach before, and now coaching for Germany.
Yeah, appeared to be talking about her, you know, almost defeating herself, you know, with the mind games that you get when you're under that kind of pressure. Let's go back to the basics, and it will come good.
Yeah, and I think that's the defeating or defeated face that you were talking about. And it's that disappointment that we've talked about before, where it's very easy to become subjective in your judgment on the arrows, but you need to try and stay objective and just say like, okay, it hit high, it kind of makes sense, or it doesn't make sense, but the next arrow I'm gonna hit the middle regardless of what the last arrow was.
The opportunity's right here. Set number 3, Michelle Kroppen, 4-0 down, shoots first.
It's a terribly high bow grip by Angela Ruiz. So you can see that her wrist is almost straight when she's holding the bow, whereas typically you'll have a bit of a lower grip so that your wrist is more relaxed. As you can see with Michelle Kroppen's hand, there's almost no tension there in the wrist or in the fingers. I don't know if we're gonna get a good look at Angela's grip, but you can see that it's been altered with some plumber's putty or something, which makes for a very different style of shooting, where you cannot really do anything with your wrist and hand because it's just set in that position.
Well, she's battled off the demons, Michelle Kroppen. She set a target that cannot be reached in this set, and that means that she's on the scoreboard at 4-2 down. Just clipping the line there for a 28.
So still a good set.
Yeah, so a couple of 9s and a 10 for Ruiz in this particular set, but Kroppen seems to have fought off those demons. And a smile comes across her face, now she knows that she's cut the deficit in half.
Yeah, and it kind of reaffirms that she knows what it's like to shoot 10s, and she knows how to win a set again. It's kind of like the at one point you're like, what am I doing? Why am I not shooting or hitting the middle even though I'm trying so hard? When you then manage to do so, that gives you a bit of a confidence boost.
Michelle Kroppen, the Tokyo 2020 team bronze medalist in Munich 2022, European Championship silver medalist, and Yankton 2021 World Cup final bronze medalist. If someone can get the job done, it's certainly her.
Well, we've seen Kroppen fight back here on the 70-meter range alongside the Porsche River here in Medellin. Still trailing, so she will shoot first in the fourth, but perhaps the momentum is shifting towards the German.
Yeah, a bit shaky there. And that nodding overhead, I think, is a sign that she knew that was not going to go in the middle. And we can really see Angela has just grown into this match, where the first end was a bit shaky and a bit more nervy, and then she's slowly, like gradually, started shooting quicker and simpler shots.
Very much in the hands of the 16-year-old from Mexico, but she's gone for a redraw here, having to take a very deep breath as well. Time is going to be against her, isn't it, Chef?
3, 2.
Oh,
Very impressive.
My goodness me, how did she do that?
I think she's wondering the same thing herself.
Pressure on Kroppen though, when you look at it afterwards, you have to feel for her as well. Putting it into the 8, and now all the 16-year-old needs is a 5 to take this one. She gets a 9 for another 29, her second of the match, and a 6-2 victory over Kroppen. But that doesn't tell the whole story. You have to say that second arrow of the fourth set, she got the jitters big time, had to come down from nearly full draw.
Yeah, something didn't sit right. She had to reset, and then had 1 second left to shoot that second arrow of the last set.